It's food o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we got some Blue Dragon special chow mein to show you. It comes in mild. It's available in Iceland and it's £4 or 3 of these for £10, 3 for 10 or £4 on its own. £4 on its own, in all honesty, I think that's a little bit steep. Personally, end of 2023, I still think something like this, not that long ago, would have been about £2.50, £3 max. Now, the thing is, this has been made for Iceland food. So we got the Blue Dragon, like many other Iceland kind of things now. You got TGI Fridays, other kind of like Ed's Diner. They've gone down the kind of branded route of branding all of their food. So they've thought to themselves, the Chinese food we have or the Asian food we have, let's stick Blue Dragon's name on it. Now, you probably know Blue Dragon from kind of, they started off in the UK with kind of sauces, coconut milks, that sort of thing. And then they kind of worked their way into selling kind of dried noodles in your B&Ms, your pound shops type of thing. And now they kind of ventured into actually making their own dishes with Iceland. So you can put it in the microwave, 800 watts full power for 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Stir it, obviously with the lid off. Replace it for another 2 minutes and 30. Let it stand for a minute before serving. Or in the oven, which I'm going to do. I prefer oven cooked food. It's done in 50 minutes. So remove outer packaging, pierce film lid several times, middle of the oven, 40 minutes, remove the kind of film which you've already done, give it a stir, another 10 minutes, let it stand and serve. So that's what we're going to do. Let's get into it then. Let's go and cook it and I will be back when it's cooked. Right, this special chow mein is ready. Get it straight down. I'll put it in for the allocated time. Oh, here it comes. I've had these kind of, I mean, who hasn't? But I've had these meals before and there we go. Right. That bit done. These kind of like, I think they call them semolina. Is it? Are they not semolina? Are they semolina? The actual new Durham. Yeah, semolina noodles. The Durham noodles, Durham wheat noodles. They're quite thick. They're quite... Now, I've had all sorts of stuff like this before from Iceland, Heron Foods, and, you know, I know it was probably about 7 years ago, but this sort of thing used to be, I'm pretty sure you could pick up stuff like this years ago for like £1, £1.50. The fact now that you're picking up this kind of like semolina, kind of cheap, let's be honest, cheap style of noodle, and you're being asked to pay £4 for it. It's, for me, it's a bit of a kind of like a stretch. I buy it, of course, to review it. And I suppose what I should do really is get into this and try and enjoy it. Forget about the price and then realise, hey, maybe it is good value for money. But you can go and you can buy chicken chow mein in a Chinese restaurant around here, Chinese takeaway. It's no more than £5 or £6, and you're getting a a hand-cooked chow mein. So a frozen ready meal for £4, it does seem a bit steep. Right. Let's hope a lot of it is good. The chicken, let's break it down, let's have a look at it. The chicken, it looks pretty tidy, doesn't it? Kind of. Actually, that bit of chicken was brilliant. Really good, actually. Really tasty. Lovely, kind of not... Real good quality, actually. Real good quality bit of chicken there. I'll take some of it back already then. Let's try the noodles. Yeah, then I never get on with these kind of durum wheat semolina style noodles. They're always a... I suppose if you've got to freeze them, then you've got to cook them. I suppose if you use fresh noodles, they're not going to kind of make degrade. They're probably going to disintegrate, aren't they? But I suppose semolina noodles are the only way to do it. That's what looks like a little bit of beef there. Yeah, it is, yeah. The flavour, it's a bit kind of sweet and sour sauce, like a combination of sweet and sour sauce and barbecue sauce. Bits of kind of carrot in here as well. But I'm going to say the star of the show. Quite easily, the star of the show here is the chicken. If you handed that to me in a bowl and said that's fresh chicken, it hasn't been frozen, I'd probably go, yeah, that's fresh chicken. How they've managed to get that kind of chicken frozen and to taste as good as that, tasting like fresh chicken, I think it's a wonder to behold, personally. Every piece of chicken here has been really good. The rest, little bits of beef are tidy, the chicken's tidy. The veg is okay. It's just the noodles. If they could come up with a way, these frozen food companies, if they could come up with a way of, like they've done the chicken. Chicken's taken years, because I remember eating frozen chicken and it was kind of like years ago. So they've worked on chicken an awful lot. Chicken's really good, the beef's really good, the veg, frozen veg, pretty tidy enough, isn't it? Carrots are kind of crunchy and nice. Bit of flavour there. The sauce is okay. The only thing letting this dish down is the noodle. If they can work out a way of improving these noodles, then it's almost like the Holy Grail then, isn't it? The dish doesn't taste overly salty, which I really like. Sometimes, or most of the time actually, you can buy these frozen dishes and they can be massively salty, and you can be like, oh, you know, you can really taste the salt. And about half an hour after eating something like this, you're clawing for a glass of water or something just to quench your thirst. But this doesn't seem like that. This seems okay, manageable, not overly salted. I like that. Blue Dragon Special Chow Mein, I like it. I started off by saying £4 was a lot of money. I'm going to stay with that. I think £4 still is a lot of money for this dish. I would rather go, hey, Chinese takeaway, take my extra £2, I'll pay you £6 and I'll have it fresh. But if you're I suppose if you're in a place where, like my wife used to live in Dartmoor, middle of nowhere, if your once a week shop is to drive down to an Iceland, pick up a load of food and kind of have this on a Tuesday night in the middle of Dartmoor with no Chinese takeaways around, then that's your only option, isn't it? Yeah, I'm conflicted here. I'm conflicted with my rating because I think it's too expensive, but at the same time, the chicken's really good and the beef's really good. The noodles are a little bit of a letdown, but everything else is okay. It's just the two sticking points for me, price and noodles. If they can improve those two things, that'd be a cracking dish. I'm going to say 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. I think that's a fair score. Let me know what you think in the comments box. Will you be paying £4 for this dish? Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.